How's it going, everybody? I got a bit of an announcement for you.
I'm a little bit too
Considering the
excited
fact
about
that
Star
the last
Wars.
Jedi
So,
trailer just
I've
dropped.
decided
From
I'm
good
gonna
to
make a
bad,
whole
we are going to be
Star Wars
nerding
video
the
game
fuck
from
out
now
of
to
Star
whatever the
Wars.
hell else
And I
I
hope
have
you
to
guys
get
join me on this. Hey, asshole. Whew. Alright. How's it going, everybody? Long time no see. I know it's been a while since we were last here, but lots happened in the past couple of months, especially Star Wars related. You got the release of Battlefront 2, you got The Last Jedi, and, you know, both have been very critically acclaimed. No issue whatsoever in the fan base at all. Anyway, I figured it's been over a month since The Last Jedi came out, and I saw it a few times. I figured I have a decent opinion on it now, so I figured why not share it. So, long story short, did I like it? Yes. I liked it a lot. I loved it, in fact. But that's the short version. You guys want the long version. Why do I like this movie? Obviously, it's kind of been sparking a lot of debate. So, I figured I'd give my 2 cents. So, it's time to strap in, shall we? There we go. Okay, so what are the reasons why I like this movie? Well, there's a few. Obviously, there's the base reasons. You know, the space battles are awesome. Fight scenes were awesome. But let's get into like the minutia of it. Why did I like this movie? Well, the main ones I want to talk about are characterization and perception. What I mean by that is actually, you know what? Let's just start with characterization. Namely, the characterization of a few old characters that came back in a bit of a different light than we expected. Who am I talking about? Of course I'm talking about Luke. Now, the thing about Luke, obviously, is the issue of he comes and he's a bit of a hermit. He is no longer the Jedi we once knew. In fact, he's kind of left the Jedi Order. He felt that the Jedi failed him, and he felt that he failed the Jedi he was trying to train. He ends up being someone that's reluctant to even come and fight for the galaxy. No, that's normal to feel disappointed in that. In fact, that's exactly what Rey felt when he first saw Luke, right? It's kind of interesting. But we'll get back to that later. I actually very much, in my opinion, very much liked his portrayal in this movie. I thought it was very well done. Obviously, a character like him, he's not really going to be feeling the way he was back in the original trilogy. It's been 30 years, and obviously he's been through a lot, both in the original trilogy and whatever happened the 30 years after that. To see that this is what's become of him, it's sad, but, you know, it's complicated. It complicates his character to me, and I actually very much like that fact. It even brings into question on whether or not the Jedi are even all good. And that's always something I liked. If I were to choose between the Jedi or the Sith, I think I'd choose neither, actually. I'm a great Jedi. But anyway, I'm getting off topic here. I very much liked the way they went with Luke's character, and he had a bit of a redemption arc throughout the film, and that was really cool. Oh. Yeah, God, I'm just getting sick of just seeing yellow. Whew. Anyway, what were we talking about? Right, Star Wars. Let's just cut into the whole idea of perception thing. Now, I mentioned earlier about the fact that Rey felt disappointed in Luke at the same time as people in the audience felt disappointed. Well, that's the idea. You know, this movie has a really cool way of being able to characterize the emotions of the audience. Remember how we felt that Holdo was the bad guy? That she was probably going to screw over the entire Resistance because she just seemed like she was just going to take a coward's way out or something like that? Just like how Poe felt throughout half the movie? That's what I mean. It's the idea that we feel what Poe felt. We feel what Rey felt. And that's actually a really cool way to do that. Now, what else did I like about this movie? Well, what about the twists? We think the narrative is going to go one way, and then right at a certain point, almost at the same time as everything else, the narrative takes another way. There's us realizing Holdo's not a bad guy. There's the whole plan of Finn and Rose not going too well. And then, the big one, Snoke kicking the bucket. Cut down to half the man he used to be. Yeah. And that whole thing, again, is another spark of debate because people wanted to know exactly who Snoke was, and we never really got that. That's still another echo of the original trilogy, by the way, because until the prequels came out, we never knew anything about the Emperor. We didn't know anything. He was just another old dude in a chair ruling everything for whatever reason. Sure, I'm sure plenty of people were curious about where the hell he came from, but we never really needed it. To me, at least, I don't really need to know who Snoke was. I'd like to know. I want to know too, but do I really need it? Not really. Plus, that was honestly really cool. Vader always mentioned how he wanted to kill Emperor Palpatine so that he can get his power, so he could rule the Empire. And he never quite did that. In fact, he did kill the Emperor, but a few minutes later he ended up kicking the bucket himself, so whatever. Kylo Ren, on the other hand, succeeds where Vader failed. Holy shit.
Show me again.
I'll finish what you started. What the fuck? Holy shit. Wait a minute. Oh my god, he finished what Vader started.
started.
Okay, anyway, so Snoke dies by Kylo Ren's hand, and instead of what we presume is him turning to the light side, he actually goes and takes the power. He becomes a supreme leader. Right after probably one of the coolest Star Wars fight scenes I've ever seen. Which is kind of in a way scary. Now he rules everything. He's probably one of the most powerful people in the galaxy now, even though since he's in power, that could potentially mean that could potentially be the start of the fall of the First Order, depending on how you feel about Kylo Ren. Well, whatever. Now, obviously, yeah, there are more things I like about this movie. The Battle of Crate was really cool. Luke showing up and having a confrontation with Kylo Ren. Luke and Leia finally seeing each other again. Or the fact that Luke did all that and he wasn't even really there. I personally like that. But at the end of the day, me personally, I very much love this movie. But that is my opinion. You can agree with me or don't. That's totally fine. But either way, this has me excited for the next installment and excited for just more Star Wars movies. Hell, I'm even excited for Solo, and we don't even have a trailer yet.
Oh, never mind.
Anyway, if you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Oh, tell me what you like about The Last Jedi, or if you liked it at all. I promise you the next video is not going to be 2 months away. It's going to be a lot closer. I won't say an exact time period because I'm probably going to mess that up. But I promise you it will be soon. But in the meantime, I'll see you guys later.